Hey, you guys, and welcome to my finally fall book tag. I saw Elliot Brooks, she did this, so I'm gonna link her channel down below if you guys don't know who she is. She especially reads a lot of fantasy, so I highly recommend her. But let's go ahead and get started on these book questions. The first one is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. And I would say The Lord of the Rings, because even though it has been years and quite some years since I have read this book, I still feel like I can go back to this land anytime in my head. And since then the movies come out, so probably that helps too. But even when I was reading it, like, he would just be describing like a blade of grass for like a paragraph. It's hard not to be like, imagine everything that goes on in that book. Like, the descriptions are just a lot. Okay, so number 2. Nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. And I'm gonna go with The Enchanted by Renee Danfield. I love this book. It's short, but it packs such a powerful punch in it, and it's about these people and they're on death row, and it uses like a lot of magical realism though, and to tell the story, to have like an omniscient like a narrator who knows everything that's going on within a prison. And it was just very, very sad. And just even now, just thinking about it, it's like I want to reread it, but on the other hand, I'm just like, I'm not ready to be like that sad. Like, it's just so much that it's definitely, I would say, at least worth one read and a commentary like on our prison system. So, and I believe that she was really like someone who used to get people off of death row, or at least try. So I felt like that came into play. Okay, moving on. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. Although when I was watching Elliot's video, she didn't say that specifically. She just said, share a book that taught you something new. And I was like, for the longest time I couldn't think of anything, but all of a sudden I thought of a nonfiction book that I actually read. But it's been so long, it's like, this computer has no luck. It's like already messed up and it doesn't need to be broken anymore. So, okay, so the one book that I thought about was Anne Frank, but the thing is, I can't remember exactly the thing, like, you know, like fresh off the feelings, because I probably read that like in elementary school. But the thing is, it's like, it's been so many years, and I know some people who didn't even know it was a real life girl during that time period. And like, sometimes if you read the reviews, you can definitely see that not everyone knows that. And it's weird because it's like, on one hand I can sort of like get the criticism in that in one sense, but on another it's like, it's her life story. It's not like it's a tale that was supposed to like be told to entertain you. I guess it was just something that was very like, life goes on even when like the crappiest things are happening outside. And it was just, you know, just thinking about it. I haven't read Anne Frank in quite a while, and I feel like maybe I need to do a refresher one of these days. I don't think I own a copy anymore, so I'll have to correct that too as well. So let's go on, because I felt like that was just 2 books that were just, yeah. Okay, number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with people we love. Name a fictional family, household group, friend group that you like to be part of. And I'm gonna go with the Heartstrikers. From the first book is Nice Dragons Finished Last by Rachel Aaron, and I love the Heartstrikers, their dragons and their magic and all of this. And this family in particular was full of craziness, and I love them, especially Bob. He was not the main character, no, but he was like my character. He was just in his own world for his book. And he like carried around like some pigeon that was always with him, and I just want to hang out with those 2 more specifically, because as much as I would like to be a part of this family and friend group, I just want to like get occasional visits, be that like occasional friend, because some crazy stuff be going down there. People be dying left and right. Like, I'm not sure if you really want to be in so much as maybe on the outside, but you know, enough to get saved, not enough to die kind of group. Yeah. Okay, moving on. 5. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall color spines. Now, I looked at like fall colors because technically I don't really know a whole lot. I figured brown and yellow was going to be in there, but there was like black and blue and some other colors. So, what I did was I just looked at the books that were on my floor that were not on the shelf, so I did not have to re-shelve anything. And I just picked up what I thought would be like a fall type color scheme, but on the darker side of things. So, like there we go. So these are the spines. Now I know some people uncovered them, but I just left them covered. I just went by what was on this. So it looks nice to me. That this color is more turquoisey than anything, but hey, it's a bluish green, and blue was on there. I can't remember if green was. I don't think so, but blue was. So I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so let's see. Number 6. Fall is a perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. And of course, the first book that came to mind for me was The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I remember when this book came out, barely. And then it was like, okay, you add it to your Goodreads or your TBR to buy list. And then the second one came out, and that one was every freaking where. Like, I could not get away from it. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait, because I knew it was supposed to be a trilogy. I'm gonna wait. And I waited and waited and waited, and he still has not come out with that third book. And at one point, I just gave in and read it one night because I was just bored and I was flipping through books, and I was just like, oh, let me start this. I read like half that book that night, and then the next night I think I finished it. It was a lot of reading. And then I did the same with the second book, and it was just out of this world. It just, so quote, he is just telling his story, and we start off with him in present day, and then he goes off to tell his story, and then we come back to him at the end of the book, because what he does, what he's supposed to do is be telling his story in 3 days, and it was supposed to be in 3 books, and I don't know what's going to happen now, or if there's supposed to be 4 books, or what is going on, because apparently he was supposed to be finished a long time ago. The series was already supposed to be written, okay, and it was supposed to come out like that, but that's not how that happened. And I think now there's supposed to be TV shows and movies, and I'm just like, just come out with the book already. But it is a book I highly recommend that you guys get into. And yeah, so let's move on before it gets too long. 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. I really tried. I guess. And I read this wrong because I thought it was like a book that scared you, because I can do creepy. Like, I felt like, but I don't really get, like, I feel like I get more paranoid than I really feel like it's creepy. Like, especially like where thrillers and like spies and stuff are concerned, or like people breaking into houses. Like that makes me a little paranoid. It's like creep. But I feel like I mostly feel that through movies. Like, have you guys ever seen The Candyman? And I think that was the name of the movie. But there was just like a bunch of bees that came out his mouth, and I cannot forget that movie ever. Like, not the movie itself, but just that scene of the guy with the bees coming out of his head. Just, yeah, no. You know what? Final Destination, creepiest, most paranoid movie alive. Even now, I was just seeing a meme the other day, and about like whenever you drive about when somebody's hauling something, especially like those wood branches and stuff. Like, I always try to get ahead of those people because I'm just scared it's gonna fly out and like go through the car. Final Destination for you. Yeah, I'm paranoid. For a book, I can't think of a specific book right now that did that to me. But it would have to be like a thriller that just made me paranoid in that moment in time, maybe. Because then I start to overthink things when I read thrillers in general. So, 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that can warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. And I feel like The One and Only Island by K. Applegate. I believe that's by K. Applegate. And I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but I don't usually read books from animals' point of views in their head, or an animal is the main like protagonist, I guess you could say. Not really my cup of tea about times, but I did love this. It was sweet, it was sad, but it was also so cute a little bit, and heartwarming a little bit, and yeah, but, oh my god, I just loved Ivan. I kind of want to reread that book now. Moving on. 9. Fall. Luckily, it's my favorite season. Returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. And before this video, before this year, I would have said the Artemis Fowl trilogy. Like, I want to return to that and finish it, but I already did this year. What? I only have a book of like short stories left for that, but I'm basically done, and I'm finishing that, saving that for like other times. So now, 3. Well, technically 4 books series comes to mind. First, I would say The Twitches. Now, The Twin Witches. Some of you guys may remember the Disney movie channel, which I really enjoyed. I did. I love Tia and Tamara. The problem was that it did not follow the books. Now, when I heard that Tia and Tamara were casted, I was like, yes, even if they aged them up, they can still kind of follow like that theme, but they did not. And I was just like, I like the movies, but I love the books. So I really want to reread the books one day. There's like 10 of them, but they're not all that huge. Okay, and then another one is I want to reread this series, Wild Magic, Wolfspeaker, Empire, Mage, The Realms of the Gods by Tamara Pierce. I'm trying to remember the exact name of the series, but I can't. But those are the books. But I have to read. I told myself I wouldn't reread that again until I read the other books that preceded it, because there was another series and it had some of the same characters, and I wanted to read that first before rereading that. So that's going to be a goal of mine. And then just Garth Nix, because there are 2 series by him. Hopefully I'm saying this right, because they're kind of similar in title. One of them is The Seventh Tower. Yes, okay. And I've reread those books a few times since childhood. Some of the ones I've had for forever and a day. And then I want to reread The Keys to the Kingdom. I want to say The 7 Kings to the Kingdom, because every book is like, it's just like 7 books. And the first book is like Mr. Monday, and then there's Grim Tuesday, and it goes by the days of the week. And I really love them, and I haven't reread them in such a long time. And I never reread that last book because I followed them as they were coming out, and I would reread all the books before the previous one came out. So I never read that last book ever again, and I really want to. So there are a few more, and I feel like most of them are like towards the middle grade side that I want to reread. And I reread a lot this year, but I'm also trying to get to some of my other books, so we'll see. Number 10. Fall is a perfect time for cozy reading night. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. I really don't have any, except maybe just to lay down or either sit on the couch and kind of like slouch and read. I would feel like, if anything, music is my accessory. If we can count that as an accessory, then yes, I like to listen to music while I read. Okay? I know some people don't mainly, I guess, but even if it's just like a movie or some background noise, like as long as nothing is too silent, like I'm good. Okay, like I need some type of background, not all the time, just like I would say like 70% of the time. But yeah, that is the tag. You guys let me know down below any answers to these questions. Like, let me know, you know, your answers, or if you guys made a video, direct me towards it so I can go see it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.